Hi, what's up guys? Welcome to Young Family in our YouTube channel. Today is October 23rd, 2022. In today's video, I'd like to invite you to take a look at my variegated rubber tree. We're going to observe how this rubber tree develops roots, which would be very helpful to give you an idea how to propagate a rubber tree from cuttings. Stay tuned. About 1 year ago, after we moved in this new house, our friends gave this variegated rubber tree to us as a gift. To be honest, at that time, it was the first time I have grown rubber tree. I have no idea how to care for rubber tree. I just put this rubber tree on this table, which is next to southeast facing window, which can receive bright direct sunlight, even though during the summer, still can receive direct sunlight. So basically, rubber tree is a very easy growing house plant. I seldom take care of this plant, but as you can see here, this plant is very healthy. It's doing fantastic. Actually, the size compared to 1 year ago is kind of like a double. So I'm pretty happy with this plant. So basically, for watering of this plant, I just intermediately water this plant. Even though sometimes I totally forgot to water this plant, but fortunately, I didn't see any sign this plant is unhealthy. It's kind of leaf drooping, wilted. So to reduce the times of watering, I put some mulch on the top of the soil, which can slow down the water evaporation, keep the soil moist, and meanwhile can keep the roots cooler. As we know, rubber tree is a great house plant with very low maintenance. But in today's video, I don't want to focus on how to care for rubber plants. Before we observe how this rubber tree develops roots, I'd like to point out several things because I think all these things are very important for you rethink how to care for rubber tree. The first thing I'd like to point out is rubber tree sunlight. If you Google rubber tree sunlight, you will find almost all the websites indicate rubber tree prefers bright indirect sunlight. Even though we know rubber tree can tolerate low sunlight, but rubber tree can also tolerate bright direct sunlight. The reason I said this because we live in Los Angeles in Southern California with a Mediterranean climate. That means during the summer, it is pretty hot and dry. In Southern California, in Los Angeles area, you can find this rubber tree everywhere, outdoors. So basically, during the summer, they can tolerate direct sunlight. It's pretty dry and hot. They don't have any problem. Even though we know this rubber tree is native to Southeast Asia, kind of like a rainforest, but actually, the rubber tree, as I mentioned, is very easy to maintain. They can tolerate all different kinds of weather, climate, conditions. Just as I mentioned, I put this plant next to southeast facing window. As you can see here, this window does not have any blinds or curtain. So basically, from early in the morning, almost to the late in the afternoon, they can directly receive a lot of bright direct sunlight. But this plant does not have any problem. Can you see any issue on this plant? Definitely not. They are very happy. Regarding watering, rubber tree prefer loose, well-drained soil. Rubber tree can tolerate dry soil condition. I would suggest you put a rubber tree in under-watering condition, but not over-watering condition, because the rubber tree cannot tolerate soggy soil. The roots will rot. The plant will die. Just several days ago, I accidentally found some yellow stuff coming out from this pot. Look like a fungus. It's kind of mushroom. It grows really fast. I'm not sure whether it is toxic or not. It might be harmful to humans and pets. So I just removed this pot to the outside and remove that mushroom. And also, I removed a lot of mulches. Even though I dig out the mushroom and throw away, I still can find some yellow powder on some chopped wood. on these barks. So I just remove all the barks with yellow powder on it. Then, much to my surprise, I found some roots right here. As you can see here, there's a lot of roots coming out from the stems. You can see right here, this is very long roots, pretty fresh. And right here, you can check out a small one is coming out. And there's another one over there. So basically, you can see all the, the long roots is on the top of the soil. So basically, as I mentioned at the beginning, when I put some mulch on the top of this soil, I didn't see any roots like this. So basically, all these roots grow after I put mulch on it. So let's take a close look at all these roots. You can see here, this is pretty new roots. It's not long. And these roots is pretty shallow, very long and almost dry. And you can see these roots right here. And this root is pretty new. And there's some other roots. So let's turn around, look at the other side. So you can see the roots and also the roots right here. So basically, you can find all these roots pretty shallow and at the bottom of the stems. And all these roots is kind of above the soil. So basically, I have no idea when I put all this mulch on the top of the soil. So basically, kind of all these roots covered by mulch. So we think about in what condition. So these roots kind of easy to grow from the bottom of the stems. So as I mentioned, I put this pot just next to the southeast facing window. It's kind of like pretty warm and a sunny spot. And I put a mulch on the top just to keep inside moist. So that means this is a warm and moist condition. And also you see all this mulch is kind of wood chips. So there's a lot of aeration between all these wood chips. So we know that means in this condition, warm, moist, and with a lot of aeration, it's kind of very easy for rubber tree to develop roots. So that's why when you try to propagate a rubber tree from cuttings properly, you'd better use some soil to improve the water drainage and put some like a kind of perlite to increase aeration and put some like a vermiculite which can retain the water to keep moist. So basically, this is what I learned from this condition. What kind of condition? Rubber tree, easy, grow roots. So guys, if you like today's video, please give us a thumb up, like, share, leave comments down below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.